It's difficult for the Aurora, but instead he's going to go back to that Sion. I feel like Sion is a very Doran champion, but it was Zeus's tank. Like, that is the tank that Zeus played, so it feels very T1. This particular draft. Here, teleport is immediately going to be invested by Keen. T1 still looking for it, though. It's going to be a 4 versus 3. Is the knockup going to be interrupted? Doran already tanking, but he's okay with doing that. They take first blood, and now Keen trying to get what he can done. Carrier still chasing after Keen. Duro left on his own underneath this turret. The rest of T1 holding on. I feel like that's relatively valuable here for Keen.
Yeah, we're kind of getting some adjusted lane assignments here from T1. Did end up picking up.
I do remember the same AD carry doing it to Faker, although he wasn't playing this champion, is Duro. That is not where you want to be standing. That's said Pigeon picking up a kill.
Anything yet, so.
And you still get to queue afterwards.
Still get to queue afterwards.
It's like so much.
Same duration.
All right, Emperor's Divide! It's all over the place. Is now Chovy looking to try and make his way out of underneath the turret. Carrier turns up. Duro's here as well. That might give Chovy the opportunity to get in there. Faker once again has to flash. And that is going to be a successful gank there from Duro onto Chovy's lane. Nicely done. No Emperor's Divides left, as we can see in that mid lane.
Very funny moment. It kind of feels like in an anime or something. Stop it. Carrier fishing a bit with that ult, but doesn't find it now.
Yep. So Chovy, actually going to get a stop onto Carrier's recall. Duro in position as well as now Keen moving over Carrier. I think he knows that he's not going to stand too much of a chance here, as the ulti is going to be invested in Keen. Going to pay a visit to the Leona. It takes a little bit of time, but he gets there in the end. As now Faker with no flash, having to deal with Chovy. There's no ulti there as well. All he can do is try and shift some sands, but these sand soldiers are doing so much work. The chain lash not going to connect, and finally some buttons come off cooldown, and Chovy finishes off the Pigeon. Solo kill for the man in the mid lane for Gen.G.
So the lane is coming up big for Gen.G. Chovy kind of waiting for cooldowns there. It was a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like there was maybe a chance. But
he's like, give me a second, give me a second. Gets the rotation back, able to take him out. Dragon picked up by Gen.G.
W. All good. Cool, calm, and collected, and an Emperor's Divide. Going to get rid of him once again as the ulti comes down from Chovy. Faker going down so low, the double guards looking real crazy there as Ona does manage to take down Chovy in the end. Canyon trying to fight this one out as the train, that was not really the station he wanted. Duro going to try and get a knock up here, and Doran is pretty heavy, but he's not going to do a whole lot of damage. And in the meantime, Keen's still top lane, and so he's going to be able to grab a feat of strength, and Gen.G will get all of them.
Yeah, that was the first time we saw the Jax interact with Xin Zhao, and
oh dear. I think the Smash show is now starting as Featherstorm going to come down. We'll see if this Blade Caller can actually do anything at all. And in fact, it does a whole lot. True Shot Barrage gets the flash that Ruler still had somehow. And now Smash walking into the wall. He is very, very low. Duro goes in looking for Doran, but he's very tanky. Battle Dance will get himself out. The Q just barely misses. Needs a, and then you're like, oh, I guess I press E now.
Yeah.
And then he can't do anything. He can't even get out.
I mean,
so
look what he's doing.
He gets done.
The thing is,
yeah. This is back to live. And okay, ulti coming on down there as Canyon is going lower and lower. The Azir certainly takes care of him. And so Canyon maybe not as immortal as we thought. As Emperor's Divide going to connect. Faker thrown back towards Ruler as now Chovy. 1 versus 3. Great knock up there from Duro as the Emperor's Divide almost manages to get this one done. But oh my god, Smash able to get out.
Far too ahead of themselves in that situation.
Well, that means 6 to deter the rest of T1. But now, with this Rift Herald making a visit to mid lane, that could be just
with Rakan.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of these champions.
So, Cloud Soul as well with Silas, how does it work? Do you get like a... Really? And they've both just got grasp stacks all over the place. Keen with a whole bunch
a little bit now. Oh, and then
look at that Soul Furnace shield.
So big.
The lane was so interactive, and now he's actually down to 50%. This is kind of getting real. And there's no turret. Does he have to turn into a train? That would be so sad if he had to turn into a train against just a bunny rabbit. There's the Q. That's going to try and buy him some space. But look at this. Continuing to walk. There's, oh man, took a while. He flashed, and now it's 25 minutes for some reason as well.
Big nerf to T1, honestly. Oh no. You're like, I don't know if I want this to land. Ruler, this is so aggressive.
Whoa, what's he doing here? This is crazy. Well, Keen is going to find the angle. Ruler gets out of there. Carrier stunned up momentarily as Emperor's Divide throws Ruler away. He survives for a fair while. In fact, he's still alive. Ona gets over there, finishes the job. But honestly, why? Why was he there? The counter-strike was decent. Carrier going down solo. It's Duro that's able to lock him down. But now Chovy is missing. It's only Keen left for the damage, and Smash is up and available. And so now all of them are taking so much damage from Ona. Keen has to sacrifice himself. There's nothing he could do. And why, Ruler? That wasn't even the Ruler spot. He was even deeper.
I have no answers to the question. Just completely out of position. T1 pounce immediately. And just as we were talking about the ability to turn a game in any situation, Ruler gives them a bit of a freebie. The fight still somewhat close. Thornmail and an Ending Despair.
And then in the meantime, he's causing such a ruckus, keeping Smash so healthy, as Ruler, standing his ground here in this mid lane, does have that Bloodthirster as the cleanse comes down. The Train gonna get the ulti out, at least, so that button not gonna be there. Faker looking for the angle where he can. But Doran tanking up for not a lot of value, and Keen keeping them all into position. I think Gen.G might be able to make something happen. Q not gonna land as Doran gets seen. Soulforge comes up, he is going to be all right. So Gen.G now over towards this Cloud Soul that they can get for themselves. And these T1 health bars are getting lower and lower. Flash in from Carrier, doesn't find any joy. And the Train misses the station. The knockup is going to interrupt the Q as well. It's a bit of a disaster as Duro gets the quickness, finds the double knockup. And they will be able to take the soul point as well. Chovy finding some dash cannon value is now Keen dashing forward. Ona taken down solo as Canyon, darting in and out of the fight. They lose no one. Doran goes down, they get the soul. And the value's there for Gen.G.
Just feels like skill shots weren't connecting from T1. They were looking but wouldn't find it. And now everyone on Gen.G so mobile, so fast. With that buff, it's going to be even harder to connect.
Oh,
fishing.
Yeah, he wants to find that huge Empress Divide angle. He finds it onto 2. Down goes Carrier, down goes Ona. And that should be a ticket to Baron. 10 seconds before he's going to be alive again. True Shot Barrage! That was close. Does get information as well there for Smash, so nicely done. Man, that was so exceedingly close.
Yeah, I mean, good smite from Canyon, but now, yeah, double buffs. It's going to be so hard for T1 to deal with. And we see Carrier looks for the stun on a Chovy, doesn't quite find it. It kind of feels like a checkmate here.
I mean, they've got Exodia Plus, right? Like, of course they can't have true Exodia because Elder isn't up for another 4 minutes. But, I mean, they've got Arakan buff, they've got Cloud Soul, they have upgraded shoes, they have 6 grubs, they've got everything! As Keen is demonstrating what they're able to do with that, which is basically whatever they want. Crescent Guard, not guarding too much of anything at all, as Duro's going to take a quick trip home. Emperor's Divide throws Chovy underneath the turret as Canyon dives in. They take down Faker before he can react as Chovy's flash on top of Smash will be able to take him down. And remember, he cannot even dive. Blade Caller value! And we are going to 3 games. We're getting exactly what we wanted out of Gen.G versus T1 here in the LCK Cup. 1 Nexus turret remains. They've got Arakan buff, but they will not even need to really utilize it because the Nexus is just dead. And thankfully, Gen.G are able to buy us a 3rd game and more.